it's Nate Savage here from GuitarFam.com, and welcome to this cover song lesson, the much requested Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Now, this song was deceptively easy when I pulled it up. I listened to it, I was like, oh, it's just a bunch of patterns, this should be easy, I'll knock this out in a few days. Nope. I didn't pay attention or listen to all the transitional things and variations, and that's what makes this song a little bit harder to dig into. So don't let that stop you from playing through this whole song. Just learn the pattern first, the basic pattern, and get through the chord progression. Then you can add in all the variations and decorations as you go. Okay, as usual, we have all of the resources available for you on GuitarFam.com. The tab and the jam tracks will help you learn this faster and have a lot of fun doing it. And if you need some extra help as you go through this, you can sign up for a complimentary GuitarFam account. You'll get access to the first module of the Fingerstyle masterclass there to take your fingerstyle playing to the next level. All right, we're in the key of G major for this one. Capo 3rd fret, playing G shapes. Actually, we're in B flat because we're moving G up 3 frets. But I'm going to be referring to this all as G shapes for the entire thing. As far as the chords go, there aren't that many chords, but there are some variations on the chords. So that gets into quite a few chords for this. So we have a C, a normal open C. Then we have a G over B that's using just the inside 4 strings. And if you don't know that chord, just play a normal 4-finger G here. Take your middle finger off, leave that low E string out, and then that'll leave you a B in the bass. And then I just abandon the high E string too. Now later on, you will need a version of the G over B that does incorporate that high E string. So have your pinky back on at some point, you'll see that too. Okay, next is an A minor 7. If you don't know an A minor 7, an A minor, just normal, and then take your 3rd finger off. Okay. You're also going to need this version of an A minor 7 where you add an extra 7 on top on the 3rd fret of the high E string. Okay. From there, you're going to need a D7 over F sharp. And all that is, if you know D, this note on the B string comes down 2 frets, and you have to change your fingering a little bit there to a D7, and then you throw in an F sharp on the low E string. Okay. Now you're also going to need just a normal D over F sharp like this, but I don't play the high E string there, so I end up switching my fingering a little bit. You'll see to where it's 2 and 3. Second, 3rd fingers are grabbing the G and B strings, and then my thumb is still grabbing the low E string on the 2nd fret there. So that's kind of the 2 variations you need for D over F sharp. Now you're also going to need just a normal G, non 4-finger version. You can also use the 4-finger version if you'd like to there. You're also going to need just a normal E minor. You have some melody notes, you kind of move around with that one, but that does it for the basic chords you're going to use for this song. Now, this song I think is very deceptively easy sounding when you first hear it and start learning it, because like, oh, it's just a pattern throughout the whole thing. Well, it's not. It is on the easier side if you just did the pattern, but the thing that makes it tough are the variations and the little punctuations at the end of each phrase or each section that you have to memorize. So memorizing those little nuances is what took me the longest to get this down. So I would probably work on just getting the pattern down throughout the progressions and then worrying about the little punctuations that come at the end of each section after that. So once you learn the basic chord progression and the basic fingerstyle pattern to go with it, you probably have like 80% of the song learned, and the toughest part after that is all those little details. But what I did do is I tried to simplify it and standardize it, so memorizing this would be a little bit easier for you, and it would be faster for you to get through and get down to where you can play it all the way through, because there are 2 guitars going on, I think for most of the song, if not all the song, I can't remember, but I know there are 2 guitars in the majority of the song. So this is kind of a synopsis or a condensed version of what it would be like to play this with just 1 guitar. So the main progression you're going to have on the intro and most of the verses and everything is C, G over B, A minor 7, and back to G over B. And I'm playing each one of those chords just for 2 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm only playing the middle 4 strings, the low E and the high E. I'm not playing it all on the intro or the main part of the verses. Actually, I think all the verses I'm not playing the high E string. Actually, all the verses, I'm not playing the high or low E strings at all, except for the very end of verse 2 when you go into chorus 1. So as soon as you get that chord progression down, the fingerstyle pattern for the bulk of the song is this right here. Thumb on the A string, index finger on the G string, thumb on the D string, middle finger on the B string. So I'm getting kind of the designated finger concept here for this. Thumb is going to grab any of the notes on the A or D strings. Index finger is going to grab any note on the G string. Middle finger is going to grab any note on the B string. And later on, when we have notes on the high E string, my third finger is going to grab those. So that's the first kind of half of the main fingerstyle pattern. It's just thumb, index, thumb on the D string, middle on the B string. And then you kind of start over, but you stop short. You go again, thumb, index on the G, thumb, and then it stops. And the first 5 notes there are 16th notes, and the last note is an 8th note. That's why kind of the pattern changes a little bit. So you have 1, E, and 2, E, and and that's the main pattern. I would recommend getting that down. Just put your C chord on and do it for a while with that. And then you start over until you can loop it. And I'm playing this at 78 beats per minute, by the way, so that's what your target goal is. You know, start at 50 or 55 and work it up. And when you're comfortable with that, since you put in work and isolated your picking pattern, then you can start moving it through that chord progression, and it'll be much easier. G over B, A minor 7, G over B. And that is the bulk of the song. So the intro of the song, you just go through that chord progression twice. That's once, here comes twice.
The landslide brought me down. Oh.
Okay, when you get to verse 1, you're going to play that same exact chord progression, same picking pattern and everything 3 times. The 4th time you do it, it's almost the exact same. Here, I'll play through it the 4th time. This time when you go to A minor 7, you stay on here for 3 beats. Play it as you normally would for the first 2 beats. From here, you have 4 16th notes, like you would for the G, but you're just substituting the A minor, staying on the A minor for a beat. And then you move to a G over B and play it as you normally would with a little cut short pattern. Okay, so that's your first kind of punctuation point that you have to remember that will lead you into verse 2. And you're going to notice that it's like he's like a drummer doing fills, so he'll lead you into like verse 2 or lead you into the chorus or whatever different section of the song. So let me play that last line of verse 1 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean's times? Can I handle the seasons of my life?
That leads you right in to verse 2, which is the exact same pattern 5 times this time. So play that exact same pattern with that exact same chord progression 5 times. When you get to the 6th time, you start the exact same way with the C and the G over B. But when you get to the A minor, this time it's a little bit different. I start off with an open A and B string at the same time, pinched with my thumb and middle finger, and then I hammer on my A minor 7 chord. So then I alternate my thumb to the D string, then the B string again that's already being fretted with my index finger. So, and then I come back to my A string. My thumb, index finger on the G string, thumb on the D string. Okay, so isolate that and get it down. Okay. From there, you have your first D7 over F sharp to D kind of a thing. I put my D7 over F sharp, and this is the one I'm not using my third finger on top. And all I'm doing is pinching the low E and B strings, thumb, middle finger, then thumb on the D string. And then I change to a D over F sharp. I put my third finger down on the third fret of the B string, play that, and then back to my thumb on the low E, then index finger, G, then D to finish off. So that one was the first really tricky part that's really different from everything else we played so far. So you have your A minor, D7 over F sharp, D over F sharp. Let me put that D7 to D real quick. Okay. One more time. And in context with the A. And then in context with the whole last two bars of verse 2.
Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older. And I'm getting older too.
Okay, let's get into the chorus here. And this starts off on a G, but I'm doing kind of a G sus4 thing. I'm playing and I'm pinching that a thumb on the low E string, index finger comes down on the first fret of the B string. And then I pull, as soon as I pinch those two, I pull off to the open B string, and my thumb then starts alternating to the D string. And then my pinky comes down, or you can just leave that down the whole time. Pinky, high E string, and I use my third finger to play that here, so. Then alternate low E string, D string. So just take that, just those two beats on the G. So you're just alternating on between the low E and D strings with your thumb, and then throwing in the on top. Okay, here's another D over F sharp to D7 thing. I grab this version of a D over F sharp, pinch the low E and B strings, and then index finger on the G, thumb on the D, back to the G string with my index finger, and then I go to D7 over F sharp, pinch, low E and B, then alternate my thumb to a D. And again. Okay, so I'll give you that measure slowly. That one's a little bit tricky. Okay, we move to an E minor here in the next measure, and this one is kind of a similar start to the G. So put an E minor on, we're gonna have that same pull off to start with. So pinch the E and B strings, and you get the first fret of the B fretted, then pull it off. Alternate to the D string, high E string open, and then I'm gonna alternate to the A string, and then the D string this time with my thumb. So this is the first time we get like a full hardcore alternating pattern that involves more than two strings. So, one more time. Okay, leave that E minor on there, and you have this kind of rolling thing. Pinch the high E string and the low E string with your third finger and thumb. Then roll down with your middle finger, and then my thumb grabs the second fret of the D string. There, so I come back to the high E string, third finger, And then you have this little riff here. I kind of abandon everything. I'll let it go. And I just play the open A string, hammer onto the 2nd fret of that A string, and then open D. So that whole measure of E minor will be this. Okay, from here we get into a little bit more of a regular pattern. It's kind of like the pattern we started with on the verses in the intro, but we fill it out with that another 16th note. Instead of having this, we go ahead and complete the cycle with another index finger on the G string at the end. So thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, index there. In the next 2 beats, we have the exact same thing on a G over B chord. Do it as you would in the intro of the verses, and then tag on an index finger on the G string. So instead of this, you just throw in an extra index there. Okay, so that measure. From there you go to an A minor 7, but you pinch the A and B strings and then hammer on the A minor 7. So then thumb, D string, middle finger, B string again. So back to the A string, index finger G, thumb, D, index finger G. Okay, from there you're going to go to a D over F sharp, and really going to a D7 over F sharp, but you're hammering on immediately to just the D. So 1st fret to 3rd fret on the B string, alternate to the D string, index finger, G string, back to the low E for that F sharp. So then you go to a D7 over F sharp, let off with your 3rd finger. And I just keep my index finger back there because I'm going to need it. And then D string. So that whole D situation right there. Okay, those are the main 4 measures for most of the courses that you're going to encounter. So let me play those 4, and then I'll show you some of the differences on this one, on the second time we repeat this progression. So here you go. So the next 4 measures are almost the exact same. It's a little bit easier though once you get toward the end. First 3 measures are the same. Here, A minor 7, you just go to your straight alternating pattern. So just thumb, index, thumb, middle, do that again. And then do it again. So we're staying on A minor 7 for 3 beats this time, kind of like we did at the end of, I believe that's at the end of verse 1 going into verse 2. And then we switch to B, G over B. And this time it's just, I'm playing the B string open instead of playing this. So that's a little detail that may bog you down. If that slips past you, don't worry about it, just play this and it'll be fine. So that second time through the chorus progression, let me play that for you. Okay. From there, we go into the solo of the song, and we get a little bit of a reprieve here because this is just the intro of the song again. So basic chord progression, basic fingerstyle pattern twice to start. There's 1 again. From there, the chord progression stays the same for the next rotation through, but it's a little more complicated. You go to a C, but you start off by pinching the A string and the B string, thumb and middle finger, and then do a hammer on to the first fret. And I just do these 2 fingers because there's no need for me to have this middle finger down even. Then I alternate my thumb to the D string, then the high E string with my 3rd finger, thumb on the A string, then middle finger on the B string, and then alternate my thumb to the D string. So that's the thing that I would work on, because the pattern is mostly the same for the next few rotations for the next few chords. So from there I move to a G over B, and I play almost the exact same thing. I just add 1 extra note at the end. Instead of an 8th note, I have 2 16th notes, and there's no hammer on. I just go. So pinch the A and B strings, alternate your thumb to the D string, high E string, thumb, A string, middle finger B string, alternate your thumb to the D string, index finger open G. So next measure is the exact same picking pattern, only this time I'm doing A minor 7, and I'm going to hammer on kind of the same thing I did with the C, only with an A minor. So pinch A and B, hammer on, alternate to the D string with my thumb, high E string, 3rd finger, thumb, A string, middle finger, B string, thumb alternates to the D string, index, G string. So okay, next is another G over B. Exact same thing you did the first time, but we're not fretting the high E string this time. It's just this G over B. Okay, so this is starting to get into some of the more tricky stuff. It takes a little more time to memorize because it's variations, right? So this is the 3rd time through this chord progression for the guitar solo, and it will sound like this. Okay. 4th time you do it, this is the last time through this progression for the solo. It's just a C like you normally would do it, and a G over B like you would normally do it, just the staple. Then G over B. A minor 7 again, same staple. And here, this is quite a bit different lick of the way it's played. So I'm going to go to a D over F sharp, but my index finger is back here with a D7 over F sharp at the ready. I'm not even fretting the high E string. And I just play the low E string and the B string with my thumb and middle finger, roll down to the G string, and then come grab the D string with my thumb. And then I switch to my D7 over F sharp. Just take your 3rd finger off. Let your index finger play that 1st fret. Play the same pattern. Pinch low E and B, index finger, G string, thumb on the D. So that I would really isolate that. And that whole last progression, those last 2 measures of the guitar solo. Okay, so really, again, think about the end of each section has some kind of punctuation or something irregularity that you have to kind of learn and just commit to memory. I would listen to the song a lot until you can kind of hear what's going on in your head before you even play it. That will help a lot.
Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too.
From there you go into the next chorus. For the first half of the chorus, it's the exact same as the first time you played it. So okay, the next 2 bars are mostly the same. You start on a G. an E minor, and this is where it starts to change a little bit here in the next, on beats 3 and 4. Here you go. And this is just something, this is the hardest part of the whole song for me. It's just a little bit weird. So I have thumb on the low E string, third finger on the high E string, then I pinch the D string and the B string with my thumb and middle finger, and then index finger on the open G. I would isolate just that pinch in the middle of it and the single thumb. Make it a little bit weird. And here's the really weird part. I'm going to let off of the A string with my middle finger. I'm going to pinch the A string and the high E string. And then I hammer on with my middle finger. But it's the exact same time I'm hammering on, I'm plucking the B string with my middle finger. And then I pinch both the D and G strings with my thumb and index finger. And then third finger on the high E string. Just look at the tab, really isolate it. And really slow it down. That was the bottleneck for me. I had to practice that measure a lot. The last part of this course 2, is the most complicated and toughest part of the song. You go back to the progression for the intro or the verses. C, G over B, A minor, G over B. Okay, but the picking pattern changes quite a lot. I'll play it for you. Okay, the only way to get this down is to just follow the tab and memorize it, because it's a little bit irregular and it can tie your fingers up in knots if you're not careful, and program it in really slowly. But at some point, once you program it in really well, you just have to say, you know, I'm just going to go as fast as I can, because it feels super fast when you're playing through it. And one other tip I have to play through this is lighten up. The lighter you get on your touch on this, the easier it is to make it through this section. So let's look at this first. The 2 beats of C, it's a little bit irregular, so it makes it a little bit tough to memorize. So thumb on the A string, index finger on the G string, and then pinch the D and B strings, high E string with your third finger. Thumb again on the low A, index finger on the G, and then pinch high E string and thumb on the D string. So okay, this is where things kind of turn around and start to iron out and get a little bit more irregular. Go to a G over B, and it's the one with the high E string with your pinky, and I just pinch A and high E, and I can roll down to the B with my middle finger, and then pinch D and G. So then high E, then pinch the A string and the B string, thumb and middle, index, G string, and then high E string and D string. So that's a little bit irregular again still. I really recommend breaking it down chord by chord here. From there, you're going to go to keep your pinky in place. You're going to go to an A minor 7 with your pinky on the third fret of the high E. I start kind of the same rolling pattern, and it's an offset rolling pattern. That's what makes it a little bit weird. But your thumb and middle finger on the B string, index by itself, then thumb and third finger on the high E string, middle finger on the B, and then pinch A and G strings, and then high E, then pinch D and B, and the last for that A minor 7 chord is just the open G string with your index finger. So that was a little bit weird too. Then you go back to a G over B, exact same version of this. So pinch high E and A, middle finger B, pinch D and G, high E, pinch with your middle finger on the B and A, then index finger, open G, and finish off with a pinch on the D and high E strings. I know it's a little bit convoluted to hear somebody explain this to you. It's probably easier to read the tab, but let me play through those two measures for you, just those two. And again, once you can hear this in your head, it becomes a little bit easier to play it. From there, you go back to a C chord this time, but this time it's a C add 9, just a 4-finger C. And you start off with just the A string, high E string, 3rd finger, pinch the D and B strings, index finger, G, pinch the A and high E again, middle finger B, and then pinch the D and G strings, and end that C with a high E string. So from there, move to a G over B, pinch the B and A strings, index finger on the G, pinch the D, high E, roll down with your middle finger on the B string, pinch the A and G, high E string, 3rd finger, pinch the D and B, and then open G again there. So that whole measure, G over B, okay. From there you go to A minor 7 again, one with the pinky down, pinch B and A strings, thumb and middle finger, index finger on the G string, then pinch high E and D, middle finger on the B string, pinch A and G, high E string. So you kind of see how the rolling pattern, thumb, middle finger on the B string, and then G string. So that A minor 7 will be. And from here, finally, we get back to a normal G over B, just the normal pattern that you've been using like in the verse and the intro. So let me play that one more time for you. So that's a little bit tougher. You just kind of have to program it in slow enough to where you don't have to think about it, and then speed it up, like blast it out so we can get that speed up and make sure to stay relaxed and play soft so your fingers don't get tied up.
I take my love, take it down. Oh, climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the
Verse 3 goes through your standard progression and pattern 3 times. And the 4th time you do it, it's just a little bit different. When you get to the A minor 7, you just do a little hammer on. Okay, and then you just go to your G over B again as you normally would. Okay, from there, you're almost done. You can play through that progression again. But when you get to that G over B the second time in these 2 measures, you just hold that out for the 2 beats, the beats 3 and 4 of that measure, and then there's a bar of 2/4 that's tied to. So you hit this 3, 4, 1, 2.
landslide will bring it down. Oh, the landslide will bring it down.
From there, you go to the outro of the song, and it's a little bit different, same chord progression, but the picking pattern changes. You're just going to pinch A and B, alternate to D, and then B again with your middle finger. I'm getting the middle finger both times there. Back to the A string, and then G string with my index finger, then alternate my thumb to the D string. So the G over B next has the same pattern, but we have some motion. Instead of just holding the G over B on, we start with the pinky off of the B string. And then for the next time we hit the B string, we put our pinky down. So pinch B and A string, alternate to the D, pinky goes down, middle finger on the B string, thumb on the A string, index, thumb on the G, then D string. So, okay, so those two chord changes, or that one measure. From there, just a normal A minor with our standard picking pattern. G over B, normal picking pattern. Same thing, C, normal picking pattern. G over B, normal picking pattern. And from there, we just hit an A minor 7, but only hitting the A and B strings. Okay, that's it for the song. Let me encourage you, this was more complicated than I thought when I first started it, so take your time with it. Just be really consistent with it. In a matter of weeks or months, you will have it down. Try a simple version of it first, where you just in the chord progression and main fingerstyle pattern, and then start to add in all the decorations and variations. And again, like I mentioned, if you need help with this, go to guitarfan.com, create your complimentary account. You'll get access to the first module of all of our premium courses, but you also get one personal, private, one-on-one lesson with me. The first one is complimentary, and you can book it on the site. See you later.
Mountain and I turned around and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean's times? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. I take my love, take it down. Oh, climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide